6:30 p.m. City of Hayes Commission meeting to order. All commissioners are present. First item on the order of business is the consideration of approval of the minutes from November 10th, 2022. Any questions, changes, or comments?
Lots of questions.
I have none.
I would consider them approved.
And they will stand as approved as written. Thank you, Kim. And Brenda.
I was going to say Brenda. Thank you, Brenda.
I'm surprised it was only 12 pages. Financial statement for October 2022.
Thank you. This is a financial summary of revenue and expenditures for City of Hayes and a month ended October 31, 2022. Revenues in October totaled $2,637,946. That's a decrease of $375,000. One notable area of increased revenue, residential water consumption was up 5%, while business was down 1% for October. That translates into total revenue up $13,000. Year-to-date, total October consumption and revenue are up 2% respectively. A couple of notable revenue decreases. Airport fund revenues fell $161,000 due to CRISA funding at this time last year, and motor vehicle taxes for the levy funds were off $92,000 due simply to the timing of receipts. Expenditures in October totaled $2,109,285. That's a decrease of $467,000. Notable areas of increased expenditures: airport improvement fund expenditures were up $353,000 as compared to a year ago due to the ongoing work on the new airport fuel farm. Health insurance increased $90,000 for employee benefits. That's a comparison between 1 year being self-insured and 1 year being premium. Bunker gear purchased for the fire department increased general supplies for them by $9,500, and new equipment reserve rose $270,000 due to the budgeted purchase of a John Deere motor grader and a 3/4 ton 4x4. Notable areas of decreased expenditures: airport general supplies dropped $29,000 due mainly to the purchase of de-icer for the airfield at this time last year. You may have seen a large credit in the amount of $250,000 for capital projects. Again, that's a receipt of recoverable depreciation for the ongoing May 21 hail claims. Commission capital reserve fell $319,000 as a result of the Bickle-Schmidt turf project a year ago. The East multi-use path project a year ago dropped special parks expenditures $74,000, and stormwater expenditures fell $388,000 due to the Lincoln Tunnel work last year. Month to date, general fund sales tax collections were at $646,884. That's a decrease of $68,597 or 9.6%. Year to date, general fund sales tax is at $7,688,128, up $671,809 or 9.6 from a year ago. 6-month average is at 6%, which was a drop of 10% when compared to a year ago. Month to date, county sales tax collections were at $79,934. That's down 32% as compared to last year. Year to date, county sales tax is at $927,000. It was discovered that a large part of last month's increase was due to an additional month's collection being distributed from the state. So there would be normally 2 months in arrears. In large part, there was only 1 month. So therefore, it averaged out as we see the drop here in October. Report of top 10 quarter-to-date sales tax collections by classification was up 127,400 or 5%. Those top 10 represent 73% of the total sales tax collections for the running quarter. Total par value of the U.S. Treasuries is at $65 million with a weighted average yield to maturity of 1.95. That's up 1.9% from a year ago. Total balance of the money market account on October 31 was $3 million with a current yield of 5 basis. We might be changing that to a sweep account, hopefully get a little better on that. That's my account that I keep in case I need cash in quick order. So, and then total investments are up $891,244.
I'll make a motion to approve the October 22 financial report.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Musil, second by Commissioner, I'll give it to Barrick. Any questions or comments on the financial statement?
Kim, will you explain to me what you were just talking about, this sweep account?
So they'll come in and take that money out overnight, use it elsewhere. They're able to pay us more of a better rate that way. and then pay us the dividend every day. They'll credit that back. So the money will be swept out, used for other things, put back in the next day, give us.
And just.
So we're allowing them to use the funds overnight. It pays us a dividend that way, a little better dividend, rather than just the money market based on, current trend or current rate structures.
So it's a better rate of return is what you're.
Right. It'll go, he was telling me today, it'd probably be around 1.95 versus that 5 basis points.
Makes me
But
feel like a banker again listening to you. With
Yeah, I was gonna say, she could probably explain it better than I can, but,
It's interesting to hear, so that's why I asked.
been out of it for a while, but, again, that's our money that's liquid. I like to keep that balance around the 3-4 million mark,
Right.
for anything that pops up on us. Because I'm spacing those treasuries, trying to do one every month, to come due with payroll and AP and things like that. So,
Thanks for the explanation.
Any other comments or questions? Not, I'll call for a vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes 5-0. Thank you, Kim. Citizen comments, non-agenda items? No. Consent agenda, just a couple things. A mayoral appointment for approval for the Care Council that we talked about a couple weeks ago, and some more recommendations for Care Council and the Hayes Area Planning Commission. I believe both were existing on the board and want to continue their service, so I'd be happy to have them on if you guys would allow it.
I move approval of the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Jacobs, second by Commissioner Burgess. Any questions or comments on those? Not, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes 5-0. City of Hayes Fire Station Number 3 award a bid. Colin.
Good evening, Colin Belzer, Assistant City Manager. So conversations about constructing an additional fire station have been ongoing for decades. The current station opened in 1974, and then in the 90s, actually a second station discussions began. Late 90s, early 2000s, city staff city started adding 6 additional firefighters over those years to prep for a second station. And then through the years, there's been proposals and plans for a second station. And in 2010, the ARF facility was constructed, or that's the Aircraft Rescue Firefighting Facility, which is mandated by the FAA. And it's only staffed during times of commercial flight operations per their regulations. In 2016, the city did purchase property along West 41st Street to protect the water production well, but also in anticipation of a second fire station. And then in October 2020, Commission did instruct staff to research feasibility of a second station. An RFQ was issued for design services in May of 2021. The RFQ did include remodeling the living quarters of station number 1 to be gender inclusive. So doors will be added to each bunk room, and a female locker room and restroom will be constructed. And then also part of that RFQ, we requested the IT data server room that's here at City Hall to be relocated to a new fire station outside the floodplain. 10 different firms did respond to the RFQ. 3 were interviewed, and Crable Architecture was hired in the fall of 2021. And in June or just this last summer, we did hold a public open house regarding the design. This was the design of the station that was most favored by the public. In October, construction bids were open. The architect provided plans to over 30 construction contractors and subcontractors. City staff also notified local companies here and also put a notice on our city website. There were, the bid documents were structured with an ad alternate for a metal storage building or possible deduct. Only 2 local firms did end up submitting bids, Paul Wurtenberger Construction and RDH Electric and Construction. And obviously the low is Paul Wurtenberger Construction. Schedule. So as a part of the bidding process, contractors were allowed to dictate their own schedule. We realize, workforce is a challenge lately. So Paul Wurtenberger Construction has submitted a time frame of 420 calendar days. The notice to proceed would occur next March, with construction wrapping up in May of 2024. The low base bid is approximately $200,000 over the capital improvement plan budget. And speaking with the architect and local contractors, the high inflationary environment impacted the bids much more than originally anticipated when the $5.5 million was shared in February. We also heard from contractors that chose not to bid that their workforce challenges stopped them from taking on this project. We will coordinate with the architect and the contractor to value engineer where possible. Also, the station will still need to be outfitted with fixtures, furniture, and equipment, and IT infrastructure will need to be incurred for the city's critical move of the critical infrastructure to the new station. So staff will return at a later date with those purchase requests. So funding for this project is from the Ellis County quarter-cent sales tax, which was approved by Ellis County voters in the spring of 2020. This is the same funding source that has helped finance the sports complex turf, the shade structures, the Arc Park donation, and parking lot there. And when the Ellis County sales tax was approved, it was projected to generate $9.8 million over its 10 years. Sales tax collections have been healthy the last 2 years, and so now that's projected to bring in $11.7 million in revenue. So while the project is more than expected, the increase in revenue is offsetting. This pie chart shows the fire station a little over $6 million. That's right now a rough estimate on top of the 5.7 for fixtures, furniture, and equipment, and the IT infrastructure. And then you have roughly $3.5 million in unallocated funds still at your disposal. So your options are to approve the low base bid from Paul Wertenberger Construction, reject the bids, or direct staff otherwise. The action requested is to enter a contract with Paul Wertenberger Construction.
I move we authorize the city manager to enter into a contract with Paul Wertenberger Construction, Inc. in the amount of $5,388,000 to construct Fire Station Number 3 at 1732 West 41st Street and remodel Fire Station Number 1 to be funded from the Ellis County quarter-cent sales tax.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Barrick, second by Commissioner Burgess. Any questions or comments?
Just a quick question on the remodel. I just don't remember seeing it. What was the dollar amount for the remodel?
It was about $42,000 of that $5,388,000.
How many, I'm glad we're doing that. How many female firefighters do we have currently?
Right now, we don't have any, but we have had some in the past. Chief Higgins is here to probably could provide more input if you're interested.
No, I'm glad we're doing it. I know we've had them in the past. I didn't
Yep.
realize we didn't have any now. So.
Yep.
Perfect time to do it.
Absolutely. I'm glad we're doing it. So, I'm excited for our community because I think this is something much needed.
And then just for clarification, since they set their own schedule, that May 2024 completion date, if they go beyond that, we're still protected.
There will still be liquidated damages, correct?
Any other questions or comments? If not, I'll call for a vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 5-0. Thank you, guys. Next up, adjustment of city commission work session and meeting times. Calling again.
Colin Belzer, Assistant City Manager. I brought my water up here. It might be here.
Good.
So at last week's work session, the commission did discuss moving the commission meeting. Commission meeting and work session start times from 6:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. Meetings would continue to be held on the second and fourth Thursday of each month unless the regular meeting falls on a holiday, which is then the commission would meet on the Tuesday preceding the holiday like today. Resolution number 2022-012 presented for consideration adjusts the commission meeting time from 6:30 to 4:30 p.m. Sections in your commission rules and procedures address the work sessions. So to move the meeting times of work sessions held on the first and third Thursday of each month, I would request that the commission provide consensus for that tonight. And then the action that is requested on the slide would change the meeting times. So the work sessions aren't as formal, so the resolution wouldn't cover it.
You want consensus
I would-
on the work session?
Yep. I'd like it for the record that work sessions would continue on the same day as they are now, but at 4 o'clock instead of 6:30.
Which one do you want to start with? I'm
Consensus.
going to move on this one.
Okay.
Approve resolution number 2022-016, adjusting the meeting times for city commission meetings, second and fourth Thursdays of the month, from 6:30 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Second.
We have a motion from Commissioner Jacobs, second by Commissioner Barrick. Any questions or comments on this first motion? No?
I think I said everything last time. We could meet at 7 in the morning or 11, I'll be here, but that seems reasonable.
Okay. If there are no additional comments or questions, then I will call for a vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Nay.
Aye.
Aye, whatever we're
Yeah.
supposed to say.
So that will pass 3-2. And now we'll work on is there consensus then to move the work sessions to match the commission meetings?
I would be in favor of that as well, from a consensus standpoint.
I'll concede that.
Okay.
It'd be smart not to.
Thank you.
Okay. So general consensus on work session change as well.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you all.
Mayor, I would ask on that is, and I know you guys will, but maybe, I know we don't get a lot of attendance, but if we could maybe blast it on our website that we're doing this, maybe do some Hayes posts, because there are people that do come at times, and,
Yep.
you know, believe it or not, we can advertise as much as possible, but people don't. I'd like to really make sure people know that we
Yeah.
changed it.
We'll put out a press release, and then this takes effect next meeting.
Right. But if we could blast out there as much as possible, just for maybe a few weeks or a couple months, so people know we've changed it, because we've done it for like this for quite a while. But
Absolutely.
please,
We'll put it front and center on our website.
I appreciate that.
Perfect.
We doing IT again?
As long as the website stays up.
Can we put it on 15?
Okay.
Orange and blue, so it really sticks out.
Gross. All right, progress report.
Good evening, Colin Belzer, Assistant City Manager, for this week's or month's progress report.
Welcome back.
22 yards of concrete was used to complete curb and gutter and sidewalk repairs along the east side of Vine Street from 22nd to 27th. So there's before and then after. Service division crews applied the first street treatment of liquid brine of the season for the snow that fell on November 14th. Ironically, on November 10th, all service division employees participated in a 3.5-hour liquids and winter maintenance operations training workshop. So very timely. All winter maintenance equipment has been checked over and is ready if needed. We have 2 trucks that can apply the brine, and it takes about 4 to 5 hours to treat the city routes. And that
Do we need to have another one of those trainings so we can get some more moisture?
perhaps that might be how it works out. I don't know.
So once a week.
In anticipation of downtown Hayes events, city crews from Parks Department and Public Works installed the downtown holiday decorations. Public Works hung 23 lighted wreaths along Main Street. Park staff trimmed shrubs along 10th and Main prior to hanging a Christmas decoration and lights. Park staff have also been mulching trees in parks and green spaces. Then also they've been planting trees. They began transplanting trees from the city tree nursery into parks, golf course, and the Bickelschmidt Sports Complex. They will transplant about 120 trees. Park staff completed landscape plantings along the sidewalk leading to the splash pad. And the original landscaping around the northeast quad, playground, and spectator area at Bickelschmidt Sports Complex has been filled with concrete to improve access and reduce erosion issues. And then also related, there was a ponding issue onto the east side of the playground, so they put in a concrete trough. The IT department designed and implemented technology advancements as part of the recent airport conference room remodel. Users can now connect to a large screen display for meetings, either through wireless protocol or through the HDMI cable hidden in the floor, and wall conduit if wireless is not supported on their device. And then, of course, it's neatly concealed within the table pedestal for a clean and tidy look. The Hayes Police Department participated in Trick or Treat on the Bricks on October 31st. And they're also participating in the Holiday Memorial Drive for victims of DUI. So the DUI Victims Center of Kansas provided the Hayes Police Department with magnets for their patrol cars. The Department of Water Resources have given tours of both the water plant and the water reclamation plant. On the left is Tim Huck, the water superintendent, giving a tour of the water plant. And on the right is Jason Riegel, the water reclamation and reuse superintendent, giving a tour of the water reclamation reuse facility. Also, Holly Dickman presented water conservation programs, and Jeff Crispin presented about the R9 project to the Fort Hays State University soil and water management class. The City of Hays attended and participated in the 2022 Governor's Water Conference. Over 600 attended this year's conference. Hays was well represented. We had, obviously, because of our sponsor level, we had a booth that was available throughout the whole conference. And then Toby Doherty, city manager, spoke on a panel discussing Kansas water challenges from a utility perspective. And Holly Dickman, our water conservation specialist, and Stacy mentioned the Kansas State University watershed specialist, presented on the unifying water buckets with knowledge, which is a bucket that we hand out when new residents fill out, start service, utility service here. They get a welcome bucket. Hays CVB staff helped stuff 250 goodie bags for the Hays Symphony Halloween concert, Disney Magic. This year's annual children's concert reached capacity with 1,100 ticket reservations made. Reconstruction of South Vine Street continues. It is moving quite slowly. They did not meet their contractual completion date, so they are in liquidated damages phase. Most work south of the railroad tracks is complete. However, quite a bit still remains north of the tracks. With the colder weather setting in, it's difficult to estimate a time completion date right now.
Colin, excuse
Yes.
me, have they set a winter shutdown date?
That has not been formally requested to my knowledge. J-Corps continues work on the 2022 waterline improvement projects. At the end of September, J-Corps resumed work on 6th Street. They started work at Pine Street and are working their way east to Montgomery Draw. And on October 31st, TNT Builders began the reconstruction of a concrete alley between 10th and 11th Street. This was also, the Bus Barn Alley was another alley project that we did as part of the 2022 street maintenance projects. The roundabout project continues to receive awards. The North Vine Street Corridor project received an award from the Kansas chapter of the American Concrete Institute Excellence in Concrete Construction, and it received the Transportation Achievement Award for Traffic Engineering from the Missouri Valley District of the Institute of Transportation Engineers.
Don't you think we should be cheering or something when we get those awards?
That makes, I believe, six awards that this project's got.
Fantastic.
So do they give us like money for that?
It's kind of one of these.
The city money, not us personally.
The recognition.
Hey, I have a question before you go too far.
Yeah.
And maybe none of the businesses, I feel bad for the business down there impacted on Main or 8th Street mainly, or along Vine Street.
Yep.
When we did the roundabouts, we had signs saying this businesses are still open. Have we thought about doing that since we're getting into the holidays and stuff or do they even want it?
Right. Not to my knowledge, but I'll talk with John Brown.
I thought we did a good job during the roundabout.
Yeah.
These people thought it'd be over in October and we're going into December.
Right.
I know if it was in front of my business, I wouldn't be happy. And it's not our fault, but I just feel bad for any business down there that's been impacted for so long.
That's a good point.
Fortunately, there's not a lot of retail, which is
But there is on 8th
seriously
Street.
impact.
You
Yeah,
go
I
down
mean,
and-
past 12, when you go
Right.
down to 12th Street, but that intersection has presented issues, I think.
You drive down there, and all the cones, it could make people not want to go down there, and just want to encourage people to buy vehicles. If
I'll,
you have any vehicles to sell.
I'll bring it up with John Brown, project manager.
And maybe talk to some of the businesses. Maybe
yeah,
they
that's-
don't even.
That's what I mean. John has been in contact with us, so I'll
Usually
make sure.
I just an idea. I know we did a really good job on North Vine, and since this has gone on forever, if we can help, I think it's a good idea.
We'll follow up.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Hayes happenings. Colin.
All right. Colin Belzer, assistant city manager.
Welcome back.
I was told you have to say it every time you have it.
Well, there may be new people joining us.
Yes. So Hayes happenings. Hayes will host the 40th annual Gerald Mitchell Hayes City Shootout December 1st through 3rd at the Hayes High School. Historic Fort Hayes will once again host their Christmas Past event for 2 nights, December 2nd and 3rd from 7 to 9 p.m. This is a free event and a great chance to see this historic property decked out for the holidays as it would have been in the late 1800s. The Fort Hays State University Encore Series will present Cool Yule, a Nordic holiday celebration with two-time Grammy Award-winning musician Mads Tolling on December 2nd at Beach Smith Performing Arts Center. Rather than their usual Friday night event, the Hays Arts Council's Winter Walk will take place on Saturday, December 3rd from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. in downtown Hays.
Colin, since Commissioner Musil is a retailer downtown, are you liking that as a retailer on Saturdays rather than on Friday night?
For that time of year, absolutely.
It's another thing that's been done forever
Yeah.
on Friday nights, and to have that change was changed originally, I believe, because of COVID. But they've kept it up, and it seems to have not lost any attendance at all. Everything stayed really good for them.
I like it because it's, usually it's cold, so people can come inside, and I mean, it seems to bring a lot of
Good.
traffic downtown. Our walk always brings people
Yeah.
downtown.
The Fox Theater has a busy month with 4 shows.
I got a question because I'm not old.
Yeah.
Who the heck is that?
That's Chingy.
Yeah, I can see that. What is he or what is he?
He's a rap artist.
Rap artist.
His big hit was Right There. Right?
Sing it.
There.
Right there.
Right there?
There. That's how they say it.
Yeah. Well, I asked my 18-year-old tonight, and he had no clue, so I don't know who it.
No, it was more, mid to early 2000s?
So the
Yeah.
30-year-old people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's not for the 50-year-old people. I know that. Not for this one, anyway.
You should go, Sean.
No, probably not.
YouTube it.
Okay. Maybe not.
Okay. Join the Hays Community Theater December 8th through 11th for a holiday variety show full of singing, dancing, comedy, and the joy of Christmas. Tickets are only $10 per person for admission. The Fort Hays State University Department of Music and Theater will present their annual Cathedral concert on December 11th at 3:30 p.m. at the Basilica in Victoria. This year, the Frost Fest Illuminated Parade will be Sunday, December 11th at 6 p.m. on Main Street. Thirsties will hold their free Breakfast with Santa event on 2 Saturdays, December 10th and 17th. Fort Hays State's fall commencement will be December 16th at 9 a.m. at Gross Memorial Coliseum. And the Downtown Dollar giveaway will take place online this year, so you do not have to be present to win. Keep those dollars local. Big Creek Crossing will host its holiday craft fair on December 17th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then this weekend, Downtown Hays will kick off the Frost Fest season with the tree lighting at Union Pacific Plaza on Saturday, November 26th. And then Hays will host the Kansas State 1A state football game on November 26th at Lewis Field Stadium.
You haven't, I'll check on that yet tonight.
So can you say that again, what he says?
Well, he's
The Chinzy guy or whatever?
Chingy? 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 Right there?
Right there. There we go. Okay, all right. I'm going to have to YouTube tonight.
Oh, God.
I can see my kids rolling
Lots
their
of
eyes now.
Lots of good stuff happening.
Always good stuff with Colin.
It is.
Thank you. Thank you.
You can sit down now, thank you.
All right.
Take a drink of water.
Now do the dance.
Yeah, I want to see that.
the dance.
Oh.
I want
I'm
to see
sure
it.
there's a dance.
There's a dance.
I just went to a 30 Day special show. That's my
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, no.
No chingy, I don't know.
Chingy, how you say it? Sorry.
Commissioner Barrick, any inquiries or comments that you may have?
I just think that I'm very happy and excited that we're able to support our firefighters and fire department by giving them a new facility. I think it's well worth it, both for the city and for everybody that works there, and look forward to in the future being able to do that for the police department too. So.
Commissioner Jacobs.
I just want to wish everybody a very, very blessed Thanksgiving, all of our staff at the city and everybody in the community. I think that the challenges we face daily are so much easier because of the way we collaborate and do things together in this community. I want to thank all of our business people that I know are facing challenges with hiring, but this is an amazing community, and I'll be especially thanking for every single person here. Thank you.
Commissioner Musil.
I would echo that the fire, the new station is also for our community. I think it's great for our community, not only for our firefighters and for the safety of our community. But yeah, I also want to just thank everybody for, hope everybody gets to enjoy Thanksgiving, and hopefully you get to spend time with family and enjoy every moment you got.
Vice Mayor Burgess.
First off, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Safe travels for people that are coming and going. And then I got a public notice announcement here. With the general election now canvassed and my pending move to Ellis County Commission seat, I am publicly announcing filling out the remainder of the year with December 31 as my final day on the Hayes City Commission. I have thoroughly enjoyed representing the citizens of Hayes and want to thank city staff for their great work and my fellow commissioners for their efforts in working well these past 3 years. And I hope to continue that respectable relationship in my future role representing our county. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
Wish you the best.
Michael, I appreciate you working alongside us. It was wonderful to learn a lot of how our community kind of functions as the new people coming in here. You and I came in 2020 and started off strong, with roundabouts and COVID. So if we could get through that, we can get through anything. So I appreciate what you've done for the city and what you'll continue to do for our county. And I look forward to working with you in that capacity. I guess with that announcement, I would like to ask if there is anybody within the city of Hayes that would like to work alongside us. If you would like to reach out to the commissioners individually, if you have interest in serving on the commission, we'd take any interest and application to us, and we'd like to have that probably by December 8th. Gives us a couple weeks to get them in, kind of review them, so we can make this transition of Michael moving on to the county a clean and concise one. So
You might explain why we have to make a decision.
Oh, yes, I'm
Time
sorry. So that time frame is set by statute that we are required to fill that position within 10 days of his official vacating of that seat. So having that decision made prior just kind of keeps things moving in an orderly fashion, so there's no hiccups for the citizens.
Big shoes to fill.
It is. It's gonna be pretty big shoes to fill.
Size 10.
Size 10. Size 10 shoes.
Not as big as I thought.
Jeans for the pool. I mean, it's
But the benefits are you get to sit next to Mason,
yeah.
Sean. You
might-
sit between those two.
You get
That's a big
you get to sit
benefit.
by me.
Now, look at us.
I don't know if that's a benefit. I know everyone retracted their application. So thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. So again, if anybody has that, you can find our emails on the website and submit those to us by December 8th. Appreciate it. Yes, ma'am.
Mayor, how long would this person serve?
Yes, good question. So that person would serve the remainder of Michael's term, which would end December 31st, 2023. If they would like to continue on and run again, they would have to file, I believe, by June 1st of 2023 to file to run for another term. But that term is just from January 1 to December 31. Is that correct?
My understanding.
Okay.
That was a good answer.
Thank you. I made it sound like I knew what I was talking about.
I think you did.
It was quick.
Only thing that I have for my comments and whatnot is, again, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope you have safe travels and fun times with family. It's a good week. Not going to be super cold. Going to be nice. Too bad we didn't have some moisture, but I can always wish and want. Chief, Chad, appreciate you guys being here and helping out with this process. It's a big opportunity for you guys. I'm looking forward for staff and citizens to be wowed by probably one of the most beautiful fire stations in western Kansas for sure. And I know how proud your staff is of everything that they have, so it'll be in good hands. And I did want to give a shout out to your guys too for their anchor point movement that they have for mental health. It's a great initiative that they're doing, and they're very passionate about it. So if you haven't heard, you can reach out. It's on Facebook as well, the Anchor Point. It's very important. Mental health is a huge factor in a lot of people's lives, so reach out if you need help, and they can help guide you in that way. So with that, we will adjourn at 7:05.
Run out of time.